The Super Lolo Show. Magandang araw po sa mga nakikinig dating mga senior citizens, mga anak ng senior citizens at kung sino mga guests natin. Maraming po salamat and we just welcome you here at the Bayanihan Broadcast Media. Ako po si Coach Gas Hoya and ang palabas na to ay The Super Lolo Show. Yung nakita nyo kanina na sa mga bagong nanonood, no? Yung nakita nyo kanina mga activities, extreme sports, part yan ng aking, sabi nga, aking buhay. Okay? Excitement. Hindi dahil tayo ay senior citizen, makakalimutan na natin maging, sabi nga, alive. Okay? Yung mga dreams natin noong araw ay pwede nating ma-accomplish kahit anong edad natin as long as we're physically fit and mentally fit. Anyway, today is a very, very special day. Okay? It's gonna be a very light as well as a not so light episode. And today I have a very, very special guest. Special kasi he's my buddy, my best friend, and we go way back to our elementary and high school days sa UP. He's my batchmate. His name is Mr. Ricardo Ople Fernandez, and later we'll call him, no? He's here in the studio. Rick, as I call him, as everybody knows, okay, he is, sabi nga, a sociology graduate of the University of the Philippines, and very important ang pagiging sociologist, no? Or sa something to do with sociology sa ating topic today. And he's a former speechwriter to two, would you believe, to two Philippine presidents. Okay? And he's a former consultant at Congress, Senate, DILG, and the Department of Finance. Marami pa actually na pwedeng sabihin sa kanya pero hindi ko na sasabihin dito dahil it'll take so much of our time sa haba ng resume niya. But anyway, he is also a former advisor to some of our national leaders. And currently, si Rick is a freelance writer, and media consultant. Matagal na rin po siya sa media. Wala pang social media, ay nasa media na siya. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Mr. Rick Ople Fernandez. Rick, kamusta?
Hi, good morning. Morning, guys.
Okay, nice to have you here.
Kind introduction.
Okay.
You know, it's so kind that I was thinking, is she talking about me?
Okay, Rick, you how are you? What keeps you busy now? What keeps you busy?
Well, freelance writing. Lalo na ngayon, usong-uso yung mga e-books like that. So,
and love mo talaga ang writing, no? I mean, I remember, Rick, you had practically no time, kaya bihira kaming magkita. You practically had no time before because you were either always, doing writing stuff.
yeah. The last 2 months.
Even the last 2 months, right? Even the last 2 months. And I know some of your writings cannot be divulged because they're confidential, or at least the nature of it. But do you really love writing?
Yeah, it's actually writing is I would say it's a lifelong love affair. You know.
Okay.
It started from reading, of course. No, I mean, you have to know what you write. You have to have a lot of information, diba? So, it's just a way of expressing yourself, and you have to have a love for writing to be an effective writer. I mean, if you don't have that, you won't make it as a writer.
Does it follow that it should be grammatically correct lagi ang,
Exactly, especially nowadays. there are a lot of tools, no, like AI.
Yes, yes, AI. O nga pala, pag-usapan natin yun, ha? Okay.
Correct your grammar. So, hindi katulad nung araw na you have to ask your friend na, uy, ano ba yung meaning, correct spelling like that? I mean, it's at the tip of your fingers now. So, it's easier for the newbie writers now to enhance their profession.
Okay, I'm curious, no? What's the difference between, okay, let's say, I mean, you were very active in the political scene and in writing, writing during those times. And now that there are so many tools, and not only that, yung platforms of social media and everything, how were you able to adjust from then to now?
Well, I would say, no, sabi nila, AI would make the writing profession redundant or unnecessary or
Okay.
extinct,
Uh-huh.
I do not think so, no? Kasi AI is a tool that can enhance your writing. Now, you have to utilize this tool to be a more effective writer nowadays, no? Pero hindi mo naman kasi kukunin lahat ng sinasabi ng AI, puklayin na sinker. Because if you're a good writer, you will realize that AI also makes mistakes, Minsan outdated din yung sinasabi. So, minsan paparekin mo yung AI, and AI will say, sorry for the confusion.
Sorry.
Acknowledge niya na nagkamali siya. Again.
Yeah.
So, it's a good tool.
Yes.
But you can't be solely dependent on AI.
Uh-huh.
Kasi like I said, you can also commit mistakes. So to be a more effective writer, you have to do what you were doing the old-fashioned way,
Uh-huh.
which is improving your stock.
Akala ko which is typing.
Kasi they will just write me an essay, 500 essay about ganyan, tapos papasa na. I have homework or work na. I mean, that's not the proper way to do it. Kasi if you do that, a lot of people will know it's AI.
Uh-huh.
Why? Kasi halos pare-pareho yung sinasabi. Pangalawa, siguro yung paragraph napunta lang sa paragraph B. Ganyan. A lot of good writers know whether AI generated lang yung writing is not original. Editors should. A lot of people who are not professional writers should.
I remember, by the way, plug in. Hindi to alam ni Rick. But plug in. Do you know when he was the assistant editor of a health magazine way back, no? Wala pa yung mga social media niya. Way back, 2000 ba yun? 2000? Oh, 2000. He was the assistant editor or editor. Chief editor. And guess what? Was it the first issue? Or no? Third. Okay, he remembers. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, ikatlong issue ng health magazine na yon, ako ang ginawang cover. Okay, model sa front cover, sa mismong cover, no? And pinagsuot niya ako he asked me to wear a gown, medical gown, not doctor's gown, a stethoscope, okay, and something funny. I was bringing something funny, if I remember, kasi I think the model was laughter is the best medicine. I think that was the theme, no? And by the end that that was really funny, no? Si Rick introduced me also to that, aside from the martial arts scene. And speaking of martial arts, which I am very, very active into, Rick, do you know Rick can talk about it, okay? Siya ang may kagagawan kung bakit ako'y nagseryoso. Sabi nga, kung bakit ako ang nagseryoso sa martial arts. Kwento mo nga, Rick. Kwento mo.
Ay, video was.
Okay. Anyway, I was in elementary. Okay. We high school ba? Yes. Or whatever. We were in high school. Okay. And alam mo na mga bata, no? Hindi na kami bata. But anyway, mga bata, nagbibiruan, everything, usong-uso nun yung mga, mga karate. And I made the mistake of making a flying kick kay Rick. It was a joke, but the biggest mistake there, or the error there, was Rick knew already how to do the stuff. I did not. Okay, I only watched it in TV. That's it. Okay, on TV, but that's it. I did a flying kick. Sinalo niya yung pa ako. Bumagsak ako. Semento pa naman yon. And I made sure that my fall, I broke my fall with my left hand. Kaya up to now, I still have, and it broke. It broke. Our mom's panicked, but anyway, it broke, and up to now I still have that metal screw or metal attachment to it. But anyway,
Is it platinum or aluminum?
I don't know anything cheap. Yeah, dinala pa ako sa infirmary nun, if you remember. And that was the start, Rick. That was the start.
Start of our friendship.
Yes, and
Just like the saying goes, if you can't beat him, befriend him.
and Rick is also an accomplished martial artist. He was the president of the Ople or UP Martial Arts Club during.
Circle.
Yeah.
UP Martial Arts Circle.
Oh, sorry, UP Martial Arts Circle.
In the 90s.
That was during the height of Robert. Who says?
Prevalence of karate flicks. Yeah.
Yeah, sila Roberto Gonzalez and all that stuff. Yeah.
The time of Bruce Lee.
Yes, the time of Bruce Lee. I remember those times. Anyway, later, by the way, we'll take a break in a while. Later, we'll be showing you on the lighter side, before we interview Rick on the serious side, about the problems, the challenges that the elderly are facing. Let's just look at some, sabi nga, yung pinaggagawa ko last week. Naglalaro ko dun sa isang gadget na bagong-bago ngayon, kinalolokohan, but it's wonderful and I will be using it para sa ating content. Okay? Later, ilalabas yun, and habang pinapakita yung video yon, ikekwentuhan ko kayo. Okay? So, see you later.
The Super Lolo Show.
Welcome back to the Super Lolo Show. Ang guest po natin, si Mr. Ricardo Ople Fernandez. Okay, and his friends call him Rick. Sometimes Ricky Boy. Ayan, binunyag ko na. Rick is, sabi nga, the darling, of the batch before. Yan ang mga Valentino. But saka ko na ikikwento. Kasi ayaw niya eh. Ayaw niya. Okay. Anyway, Rick, before we go into serious matters, for a few minutes, I'd like to share what I did. And last week, I was playing with the Insta 360, and it's a gadget. It's a gadget that is, it's something with so many applications. Marami tayong pwedeng gawin for content. Marami tayong pwedeng gawin to show how beautiful, sabi nga, Quezon City is, how beautiful the Philippines is. And anyway, just take a look. No, pinag-aaralan ko pa, and I'm still studying it. Okay, guys, watch this video. Okay, using an ordinary camera, this is not, it would be difficult to take this shot. Here, I'm walking around with the camera. I'm holding the camera with a selfie stick. And tingnan niyo naman ang lawak. Here I'm going up the escalator. Okay, and as I go up, yan, naka-capture yan. Actually, 360 yan, naka-capture. 360 degrees. Yun nga lang, when I make some edits, kasi I am edited, or when the editor made some adjustments, kaya makikita niyo, yung part na lang na yan. What it could take 360. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Try no man. Yes. If you will let this, if you will this. I'm not walking fast. I'm just walking. Level stroll. Pero kita mo talaga, no? Kita mo talaga. And that's me. There you go. Okay. Here, naglalakad naman ako. We're in another area. I'm going up and down the stairs. Escalator. Holding the selfie stick right in front. Okay? Yeah. Now, can you imagine? Imagine if you're doing this, for a realistic project. Let's say, yeah, that's it. Dito nakaposisyon yung selfie stick, which is invisible, sa likod. Okay? There. Okay. That chance. Just wake her up. Okay. Siguro one more na lang. Just one. Okay, yeah, we're back. And I hope nagustuhan nyo. We'll be taking more outside shots using the Insta 360. Okay? Okay, anyway, by the way, Rick, baka may babatiin ka. Ako, may gusto akong batiin ng birthday today. Okay? Happy birthday to Pastor Don Reyes of Pampanga. It's his birthday today. And God bless you and your family. Si Pastor Don, ang kanyang, ministry ay talaga magpakain ng mga street children sa kanilang lugar. And not just street children, talagang basta marami, puro mga bata. And he does this, of course, I think very regularly. So, happy birthday! And may you have more birthdays to come, pagpalain ka. Okay. Now, Rick, when you greet someone? Okay, wala. Kung wala, as we go now to the more serious topic, or not so, serious topic, which nasabi ko kanina. I'm a senior citizen. Alam na lahat yan. And you are. And I'm proud to be one. Okay? I'm 64. And last night, I was playing on Spotify. Just turn it on. And the music that came out was OPM.
Okay.
Original Filipino music. Siyempre may mga VST, boyfriends, sila Joey, Albert, crush ko yun. Anyway, and I could not help recall the days of the past, the good old days, sabi nga. However, part of it also brought a lot of fun memories na nakakalungkot.
Came rushing back.
Oo, nakakalungkot. And one of the problems that sa survey, one of the problems that the elderly are facing, especially right now in this era of social media, ay yung tinatawag na loneliness and isolation. Ako, I feel lonely at times. I feel isolated, especially kapag my daughters, my two daughters, forget or intentionally forget to call me. It's little things, but from a sociologist's point of view, how do you deal with this thing? I mean, is it serious? Is it a problem, Rick?
Well, it depends, no? If it is to the point of affecting your mental and physical health, then I would say that it is serious already. But, there are some things that, the senior citizen can do to prevent the feeling of isolation and loneliness.
Like what?
Like for example, you can, kasi usually this comes with, let's say retirement, no? Um, so you lose your self-worth dahil retired ka na, you're not doing anything. And then let's say the children are on their own. Either they went abroad or they have their own families na. At to the fact na kung halimbawa your wife is departed already or maybe separated, so you live alone. The more it is pronounced. So what you can do is you can devote your energies to more to useful, effortful pursuits. No, let's say you can join a civic organizations. You can lend them your talent. You can be active in your church group. Or if you're physically and still mentally capable, why not look for a part-time job? But I don't advise going the regular meal of working your butt off, no, like during your younger days. So, to really lose this feeling of loneliness, you can perhaps you can work again part-time on a part-time basis. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do. And then you can join what called this, yung mga NGOs, again, yung mga international organizations that have worthwhile goals. So, mawawala sa iyo yung feeling of loneliness and low self-esteem pagka na-channel mo yung energy niya dito.
I like that word, low self-esteem or loss of confidence.
Yes, like,
it happens to me. It happens to me. And you know naman na I'm an adrenaline junkie.
okay.
Okay? I can go so high, especially when I'm doing extreme sports.
Yes.
Okay? I can really go so high. But at the same time, I can crush. I can crush down my emotions, everything.
Yeah.
It crushes down and it leaves me just so, I don't want to use the word depressed because that's a clinical word, but so down. Okay. And yeah, that's a good, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
How about GCs? Ano ba ang GC? Group chat.
Group chats?
Mga group chat. Does it help? Does it help?
Yes, of course. Kasi especially now we have modern technology, no? So maybe your high school, elementary, or college classmates are across the seas.
Yes.
But you can easily connect through a group chat, no? And rekindle the old friendships. Start new ones with former classmates who, siguro hindi ka pinapansin ng you can rekindle new friendships with them.
I sense something romantic there. No, just kidding.
Are you talking from experience?
Well, you can't help it. No? You can't help it. Okay, anyway. So let's move on. Aside from social isolation and loneliness, okay, which is very, very common. Another one is this, financial insecurity.
Yun.
Okay? Financial insecurity, I mean, not everyone, not every senior citizen has pension.
Yes.
Not every senior citizen has a rich family to support them. How do you deal with that, Rick? Let's say you're still strong.
Okay. You mean yung financial insecurity?
Yeah, financial insecurity.
Yung sinasabi ko, kung if you're still healthy, physically and mentally able, then syempre yung also mentally and emotionally still strong, hindi ka pa naman nagsa-second child. You can give your life a new purpose. Like ako, talking from experience. Because I've seen this with my own parents. Although during the time that they were senior citizens already, we can provide for them naman. But since they're still strong, they opted to put their own little business, ganyan. Like my dad, he was practically doing them. May consultancy siya, ganun. Writing part-time, ganun. So, It keeps them busy. And syempre, since they are elderly na, wala din masyadong pinagagastusan. No? Kasi, I mean, they don't have that so much energy to go to the malls and go shopping, ganyan. So nagulat ako, ang laki ng saving nila. Nakaka-save talaga sila. Yun. At the same time, if the boys up there, they're feeling upset. Kaya yung parents ko, except for the time that, like my dad, he was never hospitalized. I never saw him get sick during his life, but he died early at the age of 63. But it was only 3 months lang siya na hospitalized because it was lung cancer due to smoking. So, I never saw him, give birth to self-isolation. He's self-pity. They always have friends and clients who look for him. In fact, years after he passed away, some people would knock on the door looking for him. Suddenly go, yes, sir, what can I do for him? Going to ask him sana favor to do this, to do that, This is okay.
You're right. Well, I know your dad. I've met your dad. He's one strong guy.
It's important to channel your energy. Don't wait for opportunities, no? Kasi they won't drop on your palm or your lap. You have to look for them. You have to search yourself. Oh, what can I do well? What can I do?
Yeah, that's good.
Do I have organizational skills?
Yes.
Do I have writing skills? What? I mean, the good Lord gifted us with different abilities and talents.
Listen to that, huh?
Yes. And there is nobody that who is inferior or who does not have any talent. He may be a simple worker, no? But he has something that I do not have. He has a talent that I do not have. I remember I encountered almost senior citizen, vegetable vendor, somewhere in Paranaque when I was living there. I marveled at this woman's, I was still young at the time, 30 pa lang. Sabi ko, wow, she's a mathematical genius. Imagine, 10 people would buy from her at the same time, kukumplitin niya yung
Bilis, no? Yeah.
mentally lang. Then she'll, checking ko sa calculator. Wait, tama. So imagine if this woman went to school, even at a later age. I mean, what she could have been, mentally calculating this mathematical ability. And from her looks, I know na hindi naman siya tapos na, higher education. So all people have, all people are superior to others in one way or another. Diba? They have their own talents and abilities, and they can utilize this. Even old people, even senior citizens.
And may I add, no, sorry to interrupt. May I add also that, well, of course, as long as you are able,
Yeah.
during these times, when I say these times of these modern times,
Okay.
especially after the pandemic,
After the pandemic.
the pandemic taught us a lot because it was a level playing field. I mean, it was I call it an equalizer, guys, no? But anyway, ang nangyari, especially after that, I believe, nagkaroon pa ng mas maraming opportunities ngayon, okay, para sa mga elderly and senior citizens. Dati kasi, when you're old, you're classified as old, parang parang you're categorized as helpless. In a way. Pero now, hindi. If you will look at our, sabi nga leadership, at our, malakas ang senior citizens. Okay? Or malakas ang elderly. Maraming elderly. And, may I also suggest, Rick, I encourage, by the way, I would like to encourage the senior citizens, the elderly, to start their own podcast, to start their own vlog. Okay? Bakit? Kasi para rin yan, Rick, sa mga grandchildren, mga apo. Okay? When we're gone, when we're long gone, sino ba yung lolo ko? Instead of just looking at photos, which are sepia, okay, or black and white, like what we do when we search for our family tree, ngayon, they can listen. No? They can listen. O, ito pala yung lolo ko, may advice sa akin. O, ito pala ang ginagawa ng lolo ko, tumatalon mula sa...
Super lolo.
Oh, so something like that, no? And you can leave a legacy. Not to mention that the income is there, in a way, but still, it's the legacy, okay, that you can leave to the generations to come. Okay? Anyway, kasi pag pinag-uusapan ang financial, talagang I'm sure marami pang pwedeng pag-usapan, but Rick will be, hopefully, if he has the time, our regular guest here to tackle problems, issues, challenges ng mga ating senior citizens. Another one is this, which is sa pagsasama-sama ko na, mobility and transportation. Hindi lahat tayo ay may sasakyan na pansarili at may driver. Karamihan sa ating mga senior citizens or elderly ay nagko-commute. In fact, nakikita ko talaga namang sumasakay ng jeep. Halos ang hirap kayang sumakay during rush hour. Sumasakay ng joyride. All these things, no? Do you have any tip regarding that, especially for safety concerns, crossing the street and everything?
Yeah, this is very a problem, Gus, no? Coach na, yun nga, restricted ang mobility ng senior citizens, especially kung meron na silang kapansanan. But I'm just happy to note that lately there have been some developments, and like sometimes I ride the LRT MRT, nakita ko yung wheelchair, konti lang palang clearance, they can easily access yung mga wheelchair-bound individuals like senior citizens who are PWDs. They can easily ride the LRT. They can easily ride in and ride out and roll in and roll out. Tapos yung mga marami na ring restaurants, gano'n, makikita pa na mayroong platform leading to, instead of a stairs, mga buildings like I just hope that that the government would would provide for more legislation,
Yes.
to expedite the development of this kind of access for the elderly and the PWDs.
Pero we can observe, no? We can already observe, we can see already the improvement that, especially this government, no, that they have been doing, no, to really help out the senior citizens. Not only that, pati yung mga disabled, okay, or those in need of assistance. I'm proud to say also sa Quezon City, wow, if there is a senior citizen friendly city, I should say one of the top is Quezon City. Quezon City. Talaga namang,
Also Makati.
Makati. Yeah, but I'm familiar kasi with the Quezon City. They're very, very, does it also follow our culture? Yung pagmamahal natin sa elderly? Nakakatulong ba?
Yes, of course. That helps a lot, no? In fact, yung mga foreign-based elderly na kababayan natin, like those in other countries, this is what they miss, eh. Yung kinship ng mga relatives and respect for the elderly. Because, abroad, hindi naman intention to be rude, but even if you're 80 years old and
Right.
a 5 years old is talking to you, he will call you by your first name. So, ganun. Hindi ka po dito. We still have that po at Opo. And ako, when I traveled all over the provinces when I was with DNR, I was surprised. I was only 40 years old at the time. Merong mga kabataan, upon being introduced to me, nagmamano po.
Yes, that's true.
So, it's true. Although in Metro Manila, not so much. But when you go to the provinces, you would see that So the respect for the elderly, especially in the rural areas, is still prevalent. So, yun ang isang magandang factor sa culture natin. And that's what the foreign-based elderly miss.
Okay. We're going to another topic which both of us have faced and are facing even up to now. And I am sure not only from data, but from day-to-day observation, you can see that this is a challenge for many senior citizens and many elderly people. It's technology.
It's technology.
The adaptability or being able to adapt to technology. Hindi natin pwedeng isantabi ang technology. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na, ay, matanda na tayo. Hindi na natin kailangan yan. Because technology is woven, okay, nakapasok yan sa ating everyday life.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? Ngayon, mag-order ka, mag-grab ka, mag-joyride ka. Kung hindi ka marunong or medyo technically, sabi nga, takot ka, okay, may hirapan ka.
Yeah.
Or pag-text sa apo, pag-communicate sa apo, pag-Viber, sasabi, tapos yung mga shortcut pa ng text, no? Ng mga apo o anak natin.
Well, that is like technology. That is one of the important considerations for the elderly, because to be able to bond with relatives from distant places. Yes. Para mawala yung feeling of isolation. Important ang technology like cell phones, PCs, and tablets. But ang isang drawback yan is usually the elderlies, hindi sila knowledgeable sa hindi tayo knowledgeable sa hindi tayo knowledgeable sa technology. I remember my grandparents when I was a kid. I was really laughing at them. I mean, they don't know how to operate the television set,
Oo nga pala.
Tayo, we all know the remedy. Halimbawa, nag-spiral yung TV na tuloy-tuloy yung screen going up and down in vertical. Biglang we tap it, gano'n, may kakalikutan na, ayos na. Yung mga grandparents natin, they don't know these things. In the same way, we were natural with the radio, TV, cassette, gano'n. Yung mga younger generation, they are attuned with PCs, with cell phones. In fact, I'm sure you're asking help from your daughter.
Oh yes.
So IT.
When it comes to yes, your son is also an expert, diba? Sa IT guy, and sometimes their response would be, that ang simple naman yan eh. Kaya mo na yan.
They're natural with
I agree.
I remember my son during grade 1. I taught my 2 daughters and my son how to use the personal computers, PC. So that they will be able to email their tinuro ako mag-email.
Yeah.
While I was at the office, and they can correct their homework and send it back to them. Would you believe, after only 1 or 2 months, nagulat ako na open ng son ko yung PC ko. He override my passwords.
Right.
Nagawa yun. Sabi ko, hindi ko makakayang gawin ito kasi ko. Next one.
Without mentioning his name, kaya he's one of the iPhone guys.
So, they are natural. And like right now, I asked my 10-year-old grandson to help me with the cell phone, with the PC, ganun. I mean, can you imagine?
Grandson.
Yeah, my God.
Yes. Yes.
They are like ducks to water pagdating sa technology. They're really the future.
Yes.
Tayo naman kasi, we have to have training. So yun nga, training is really important for the elderly because hindi natural itong PC and cellphone sa elderly. In fact, I know some, even among our batchmate, who use the cellphone.
Okay. Okay. Naku,
Ancient time.
aha, aha.
Wala pang FB account. Is that possible, di ba?
Totoo.
Everybody has FB na, including
Yes.
mga mates.
Right, right. In fact, yun nga eh. FB, nahahack pa.
Yeah.
Grabe. But you know, you're right. You're right. Practice, train. Train yourself. Tama yun, Vic. Okay. Any other... I have one last issue, but it's not the least, okay? But before I go to that last issue, okay, and believe me, I believe that my guest here, Rick Fernandez, is an expert. But before we go to that issue, I would like to ask first, are there any other issues that you would like to tackle na nagiging problema ng mga elderly? Meron pa ba? Siguro safety concerns, insecure, whatever, crime?
Well, siguro, isa concern is, there should be more policy advocacy for the elderly.
Okay.
Like, there should be more rules, more laws in their favor. For easy access to, like, work,
Right.
even part-time work, to job opportunities, to training, easy access to facilities like what you mentioned, yung transportation, communication, transportation, access to buildings, which is a hurdle for incapacitated elderly. No? So there should be more legislation to this effect to address this, to make it to make our country more elderly friendly. Kasi like right now,
I like that. I like that. Elderly friendly.
we were talking about job opportunities kanina, no? I remember I was just, siguro you felt this also. I was just 35. And I felt that, the job market was kind of already, parang you're already,
Overage.
yeah, parang,
Okay.
you're already feeling like it's
Okay.
ready, hindi ka na acceptable to the job market kasi, there's a preference for young people, no? I'm in their 20s, new graduates. I mean, how is it possible when you have very important training, education na na-acquire mo after a few years? Suddenly, you feel na. So imagine, at the age of 35, I felt that, no? Kaya ako hindi ako palipat-lipat ng trabaho until naasar ako, sabi ko, I want work on this, make my own consultancy, gana. So, yun, ginawa ko. Pero, I mean, like you were able to do that also. You were self-employed, and like me, I was self-employed. I never a serious boss for maybe 30 years. I mean, I wake up when I want to. Kaya, kasi, kumbaga, you call the shots, media naman, yung consultants. So, pero for those who are, who do not have this, they lack to have this, this kind of opportunity. It's important that there is a job market which they could easily access. Kasi, retirement is 65, diba? Say, 60, sa government, like, mandatory, pagdating mo na 65, optional, papa-extend ka. So, it's important that, as long as you are physically and mentally and emotionally healthy and stable, that you are given the same opportunities as the younger set, Because while maybe you don't have their energy already, you have experience which took you a lifetime to accumulate, And this experience is important because you learn from your mistakes. More important, you learn from the mistakes of other people. Itong accumulated, experience, hindi matatawanan to eh. I remember there was a president, hindi ko lang banggitin, pamagalit yung relatives niya. He said something in an article. Sabi niya, but ito naniniwala ako. Sabi niya, ang matatanda, ang pag-asa ng bayan.
Okay.
Sabi niya, referring to matatanda, matured people, for 50s like that, 40s, 50s. He said, the young are only, in the sense that, They are the reserve leaders.
Yeah. Galing, yeah.
Pero in a way, that is true, no?
Yes, sir.
Tingnan mo, who are the CEOs of corporations? Although ngayon may nauuso na 30 or 40 pa lang CEO na. Diba? Well, especially in our generation, who are the CEOs?
Yes.
Normally in their 40s, 50s, 60s, yan. So, hindi dapat mapaliwalain yung experience ng mature elderly people. And the market should be opened up even for the elderly, because we are an aging population. I don't know, sorry. I stand to be corrected. We are a young population.
We are.
There are more young people.
Okay. Yes.
There are more young people in the country now,
Okay.
compared to the elderly. But
And Japan.
it is important that the aging sector be made productive, no? If they are willing and if they are still able, that there are still opportunities open up for them. Hindi na lang yung maghintay na lang sila for their retirement pay, kasi marami kasi.
Kung meron.
Lang, di ba?
Oh.
Yung, di ba, yung nare-receive nila na sa insurance or retirement monthly nila, monthly checks. It's important that while they are willing and they're still strong, they still feel their worth as individuals, their self-respect, Kasi mahirap maging, di ba? Maging burden to, especially if you're still strong. Yes, to your children. I mean, it's kind of demeaning after being the provider, you and your partner, your wife, being the provider for your children, suddenly you find yourself na the receiving it, kayo yung magre-receive. So, mas maganda yung while you're still healthy and strong, you're still also able to act out the day. And that is very important for self-respect, for mental health.
Mental health, self-respect,
Self-respect.
that
And also physical health.
and physical.
Because there's a tendency for, let's say, retired ka na, I'll just watch HBO and maging couch potato ba?
Netflix.
So tataas yung BP mo,
Yeah.
tataas yung sugar mo, and then you have diabetes. So yes, sir, yes. Like when you have a job, you have no choice. You have to move about around that.
Yes.
Physically, not just mentally, and exercise your mind. And exercising your mind is good, no? Because medyo malalayo pa sa what do you call that? Depression. Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Help a lot.
This is a very touching. I would like to use the word touching. Well, this is a very touching topic because Rick mentioned self-respect. Okay? Which nawawala talaga. Okay, nawawala ang self-respect or diminish, should I say, no? When you are now on the receiving end, when you feel helpless, when you feel that you are dependent already on so many things. Okay, but as long as you still can, there is always hope. Okay. Anyway, we'll be having more of those. Okay, ito yung mga topics na pwede nating muni-muni. Di ba? Yung mga topics, yung mga problema na pwede namang i-addressing. It's not hopeless. I come to the last, no?
Okay.
The last.
Yes.
Ito naman you can answer it or not. But it is a light topic. But it is a serious topic because it happens.
Okay.
Especially sa mga seniors.
Okay.
Okay. In the area of falling in love or dating.
Okay.
Though, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this will be a separate topic because napakarami natin pwede pag-usapan dyan. But just for now,
Okay.
on the area of dating, loving again, the second time around, di ba? How will a senior, I'm talking of course about those who do not have partners,
Okay.
those who do not have
Byuda.
separated, divorced,
Divorce.
singled, whatever, who are not committed,
Okay.
but they want another life,
Another chance at love.
another chance. I like that. Kita nyo?
Another chance.
Because Valentina, another, I like that how you place it. Another chance at love.
At love.
So, as a closing topic,
Okay.
can you just give us some things about
For senior citizens,
sure, of course, for
dating.
especially for the senior citizen, dating and the second time going the second,
Yeah. Well, actually,
and I'm going to listen.
this is an advice for you. Is it for you? Okay, make it. Well, ganito. It's really the senior citizen who will decide this, and I hope they are able to decide it intelligently. There are many considerations. Wala, physical, mental, financial, emotional. Are you still wala? Are you still what is it? Emotionally strong, physically healthy, financially stable, or at least able to provide? These questions are important. So, isa pa, you have to consider I'm sure you have children, how will they feel about it? So, if you're strange ka, how will your strange wife feel about it? Are your relatives, ganun? A lot of considerations. Ang dyan, magde-decide talaga dyan, syempre, who can decide it best is the senior citizen and the elderly himself or herself. But they should be careful because there are lots of opportunities, especially on FB and makikipagkaibigan sa'yo, batang babae, ganyan. Tapos titingnan mo, usually foreigner tapos titingnan mo, ang mga friends niya, di ba? Puro lalaki. Ang dami, 1,000, 2,000. So that is a big question mark already. Alam mo na susunod yan. Di ba? Tapos biglang patatalang ka ng I love you notes, ganyan. So, and you know what's next?
Through social media.
Yeah, iingat ka ng pera, ganyan. Pagka-hook ka, ganun. So, mabibiktima ka. So, napapanood ko nga sa social media yung mga nagre-reklamo na kasi younger men or women have taken advantage of them, elderly men and women. Dapat, they should ask themselves, yun nga, am I still emotionally prepared, ganyan? Kaya ba ng emotion ko? Masaktan, ganyan. Kaya ba na? Do I still have the money? Do I still have the energy? Baka mamaya, tatad ka na ng sakit. Not in your relationship. So it's really important to decide. Yes. We're not to judge, of course. Everybody has the right to decide for himself or herself.
Okay, and so sabi nga, huwag magpapaskam ng puso. Oo, sa puso. Okay, huwag magpapaskam sa puso. Pero, hindi masamang ma-in love uli.
Yes.
Hindi masamang mag-date uli. Okay, of course, within the parameters of sensibility, sabi nga. But, even two senior citizens or two elderly people could fall in love again. But again, ladies and gentlemen, that is a separate
topic.
Pag-uusapan natin kasi yung topic na yun, believe me, matagal nang
Nakabinbin.
yes, saka matagal nang nire-request. Okay, nire-request na mag-invite ako ng mga guests who are also into the profession. Sabi nga, either psychologist siya or sociologist like Rick, about dating. Okay? So we'll hear from the experts next time. In parting, Rick, we're about to end. In parting, please give a message to our audience.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Well, anyway, yun nga po, as we were talking about the elderly, I hope that the elderly will, take the opportunity to make their life more productive, guided by marami naman kasing tools ngayon, like during the past, you can easily access information. Guided by the right information, the right knowledge, the right guidance from well, from media and from friends, relatives, and even from computer. So I hope the elderly will strive to make each day count, no? Like not just think of total retirement, but make them more useful, they make themselves more healthy and more useful. Kasi that is one good way of extending and making their quality of life more worthwhile and extending their health and their life as well. So yun lang. And Coach Gas, thank you for this opportunity,
Thank you.
for your
Thank you for this will not be the last that you will see Mr. Ricardo. Huwag niyo kakalimutan, Ricardo Ople, Fernandez, Rick, no? You will see him often as we discuss the social, especially the social problems and solutions of the elderly. Marami tayong pwedeng pag-usapan at matutunan sa kanya. Thank you so much, Rick. And I would like to give a quotation, which is very very common, but which is not really taken seriously. Hanggang may hininga, may pag-asa. Huwag niyong kakalimutan yan. Hanggang may hininga tayo, meron tayong pag-asa. Sa pagbabalik po ng The Super Lolo, next Saturday, antabayanan niyo ang ating mga exciting topics na sabi nga makakatulong sa ating lahat. Magkapit-bisig tayo pong lahat and para sa kaunlad ng ating bayan at ng ating mga senior citizens. Marami pong salamat. And I would like to thank, by the way, the management of Bayanihan Broadcast Media, lalo na sa ating Honorable Chairman, si Efren Rambo Rafanan, Vice President na si Benny Malikden, host ng programang Sumbungan ng Masa, at walang iba kundi ang ating OIC ng ADMIT, okay, si Benjamin Anba. Maraming pong salamat sa pagbibigay ng pagkakataon sa amin at sa Super Nono Show. At maraming pong salamat sa inyong pagmamahal at pag-aaruga. Salamat din po sa IT, sa ating technical staff na sabi nga si Henyo Bilog. Okay? Ang head na ating technical staff na nagbibigay sa inyo ng isang magandang background, magandang audio, magandang visuals. So maraming salamat po. See you again next Saturday.